Good morning from the garden, you guys. We are starting on another hydroponic update. This week we're going to do a couple of things. Primarily right now we're going to focus on these pepper plants. So what I didn't know, and this is me being a novice, not ever, growing pepper plants before, I'm supposed to be doing some considerable pruning. So that's going to be the first job that we work on here. And as you can see, with all of this going on with the pepper plant, it's taking light away from my tomato plant over here. I mean, they're doing pretty good, but they could be getting a little bit more sunlight. And we need to redirect the focus on these pepper plants to grow peppers at this point and not just to keep growing tall. So my pruning today is just going to be a redirection on the pepper plants. And then going forward, we can kind of trim it as to shape it. I just need to keep it within the parameters of this system. So that's what we're going to do. Later on, we are going to take the sage and do some preservation like we have done with the oregano and the basil, and I'm going to make some sage butter to be able to preserve for future recipes and stuff like that. But that's what I'm going to do with the sage. I do want to find a good recipe to make like a apple sage jelly. I think that would be delicious. But for this video, we're going to get the sage out of here and do some sage butter just for, preservation and getting it out of here and cleaning up a little bit. As I seem to be doing, there's a lot of maintenance these days. So let's get back to these peppers. So my plan is I intend to start like around here because where the blooms have started, these are just all new sprouts. I'm just going to trim it off like this way and go around. And then I also need to trim at the base where it gets up to uh, the first Y. The offshoots need to come off as well. So this is going to be a bit of an undertaking. So let's get started. All right, so here is the after. Now I know what you're going to say. This is looking really aggressive, but I want you to understand that what was happening with the pepper plant was it was growing up and wild. There was no rhyme or scheme to it. What I had to do was give it a redirection. So the whole removal of the base leaves is to create airflow. And it was also, like I said, blocking my tomato plant from getting the light that it needed as well. And then also, it grew out of the unit. So I had to trim all of that down. Like you saw, I had to trim all of that down so that we can keep hopefully now it'll just be shaping trimming that I do. And I'm thinking I probably need to get rid of this. But I want to show you guys something. So you know I had this pepper here. But what I did not see, and what you guys weren't able to see, is that I have another pepper over here as well that's growing. Let me see how I can capture it for you guys. Do you see that? We got a pepper that's growing here in the back. You wouldn't have been able to see it because it was focused so much on growing out. Now it'll be focused on growing the peppers that are existing, and like I said, it'll be a lot more healthier, and the focus will be different in how this comes up. So that was a lot of work, but you live and you learn, folks. You live and you learn. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And oh, I forgot to show you. Let me show you how much I actually trimmed off of here. Look at all that. I probably should ask somebody if they need if they want any clippings to kind of start their own pepper plant, because I think one of these could probably start one for themselves. Maybe I'll put that out on Facebook and see if somebody wants a clipping before I throw these all to trash. Because personally speaking, I don't need it. I have plenty of seeds. I have these two plants here that are going to produce for me, and I think this was the best thing that I needed to do. And we'll just grow from here. Guys, so I have my sage that I've picked here. And all I'm going to do, because I've kind of bundled it up together. Did a little chop. And I'm just going to preserve it in some butter. So what I did was I have some Kerrygold butter with the olive oil. I melted it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I have little butter molds, I'm just going to put the sage in a stick here. And that's it. I'm going to pour this butter over it. And I'm making myself some sage butter that I can use the next time I make like a roast chicken or, you know, whatever. Just that easy. So any herbs you grow, trust me, it is not hard to preserve it. You've seen me preserve the pesto, which was fresh basil. You've seen me preserve my oregano that I pick in some oil. So all I'm going to do here, oopsies, I make it so that, yeah, there we go. And all I wanted to do is just make one stick. So I'm going to put it in the freezer. And there we have it. I might have to bring you guys over. There we go. See, so everything is filled in the chamber with the melted butter. So all I'm going to do is put it in the freezer and let it sit. And then I'll have me a preserved way to use my sage. We are back, folks. So I now have my butter ready. Look at that, my little sage butter. So what I'm going to do is put it in this baggie, and that is all. Oh. Oh. I broke it in half. Somehow it set kind of in the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here and put it in the freezer because it's still in butter and it's preserved. And that's it. I'll get better at this whole thing as far as making my butter molds, but that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's hydroponic update. It's a little all over the place, but I'm trying to incorporate more things instead of just showing you guys my gardens. I thought you might want to, you know, see other things as far as like preserving and stuff like that. That's a part of it. So if you have any questions below on the pepper maintenance that you saw or the preserving herbs in oil or butter or whatever, let me know down below. I will talk to you again soon, friends. Take care.